What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Dee Hankins Show, where we talk about life, help you with your curveballs, and celebrate your home runs. We are journeying right along in our physical resilience series. Last episode, we talked about sleep, which we figured out is the factory reset, helps you clear out these toxins, strengthen your immune system. Oh man, and sleep is amazing and often neglected. But now that we've cleaned the engine and reset the system, it is time to turn that bad boy on. Today, we're talking about movement. Now, I'm not talking about becoming a bodybuilder or a marathon runner. I'm talking about fighting the biggest enemy to your physical resilience, stagnation. Your body is designed to move. And if you don't do that, the system starts to shut down. So we're going to talk about exactly what happens to your muscles, your organs, and your skin when you make the my choice to move. This is episode 12, Movement Matters, building resilient from the muscles up. Let's get into it. We do a lot of reframing on this podcast simply because I want to help change the mindset. So we're going to reframe exercise into movement. The reason why people fail at getting in shape is because they try to go from 0 to 100. They think physical resilience is getting in the gym for an hour and hating every minute of it. And if you've ever been there, you have this like fear mindset, you have the shame mindset, you don't want to do it. It's boring, it doesn't feel good, the results aren't coming quick enough, and so you just give up. I've done that before with different workout programs, different dieting programs, different meal prep plans, and it's just not fun. It feels like punishment. So I want you to reframe the word or replace the word exercise with movement. We can start there with just plain movement. Stagnation is the enemy. Like stagnation and procrastination are like, they're in bed together. When you sit for 8, 10, 12 hours a day, your blood slows down, your metabolism slows down, your joints get stiff, you're literally rusting. And movement is the grease, right? When you move, you're doing what your body is designed to do, like literally. And it doesn't have to be heavy lifting. It just needs to be consistent movement. We're trying to build a body that's functional for when life throws curveballs and small curveballs. Your friend needs help moving a couch. You're late for the airport or to catch a flight. You're playing with your kids outside. Can you do these things without risk of injury? If not, we want to get you to that point because that is the goal. The goal is to show an act of resilience by being able to move without hurting yourself, without affecting your pockets because you got to go to the hospital for a sprained ankle or an Achilles tear. Shout out to my boy Chris. Man, funniest day. New Year's Day, we all got together. We're trying to play basketball outside. I don't know. He ain't been playing ball like that. This dude go ahead and ruptured his Achilles, and it wasn't funny, but he made it hilarious. But it's just like, man, my boy Terrence, he said he was running with his son the other day, and both of his hamstrings locked up. Like, if you don't move, man, your muscles are going to tell you. All right. So we want to keep you fluid. We want to keep those joints liquid and ready to go just in case something happens, because a late flight can happen. Move where a friend asks you to help, that can happen. Running around with your grandkids and your kids, that can happen. Can you do it without injury? That's where we want to get to, all right? Did you know, according to research, approximately 40 to 42% of the United States is obese, not fat, obese. Let me explain that to you real quick. Obese means that you have an abnormal or excessive amount of body fat. And look, I want to be straight real quick because I know this makes people upset and uncomfortable, but that's good. Being uncomfortable is either gonna, make you cower, it's gonna force you to change. In this culture, we are afraid to call people out for being obese because we don't want to hurt people's feelings. Those same people that don't want to get their feelings hurt and want to surround themselves with people that are just like, yo, it's okay, like you're beautiful either way, you're dying out an outstanding rate. And not only are you dying at an outstanding rate, you're dying broke. And I find it, and I'm just going to be real, and I know some of you all might get upset about this, but I find it selfish to do that to your family. And not only selfish to do that to your family, but to do that to yourself when you can make the decision to change your health. That is a my choice. Being in shape is a my choice. Being overweight is a my choice. Being obese is a my choice. Being underweight and extremely skinny, that's a my choice. Being unhealthy is a my choice. Yes, I know we can point it towards the food in the United States. They do not care about your health. Like Taco Bell and McDonald's are not paying your health bills, right? Now, although that food is accessible, you do not have to eat it. Okay, you don't. And you can decide to move if you decide to eat it. So there was this real quick. So Chad Johnson is a ex-famous wide receiver from the Cincinnati Bengals, has a really cool podcast with Shannon Sharp called The Nightcap. He's hilarious. But he talks about eating McDonald's all the time. And he makes a really good point. This is an old interview when he was playing. And he makes a really good point. He's like, I can eat these because I'm playing every day. I'm moving every single day, Monday through Sunday. Literally, I'm doing something. So it's not going to affect me as somebody who is not moving. All right. And so I want to be really, really clear. I know when we talk about weight and we talk about being overweight and we talk about being unhealthy, I know that makes a lot of people uncomfortable, and I get it. But somebody's got to be real with you in this place of like, no, do what you want. That's fine. If you're single and you have no dependents and no one's going to miss you and it's not going to affect anybody, like that's fine. But if you're sitting here with children that are going to be affected by the way you eat, by the way you are unhealthy, if you die, or instead of taking them to college or doing all this stuff, you're spending all your money on medical bills because you refuse to change your lifestyle. Like, I find that unfair. And I don't know if you agree or not, but I do. I find that unfair and I find that selfish. I really do. And so for this podcast, I'm imploring people and begging people to take full control over your life, and your physical resilience touches your pockets. It touches your mental health. It touches your spiritual health. I've seen some people that are just, man, do what you want. I've always been an advocate of that. Do what you want, but understand that doing what you want has consequences, whether good or bad. Okay. Being obese, dealing with diabetes, being in the hospital every now and then, blood transfusions, high cholesterol, heart attacks, can't go to work. That's hard. Being disciplined, walking a mile every day, 2 times a day, like just staying focused and staying moving. That's also difficult, but which one has the most benefits? And I want you to think about that. Okay. So I know that's my rant, but man, I see this all the time, and there's so many excuses that people make about just getting up to move. And we're going to touch on that in a second. But I want to move to this next segment, and I want to show you what physically happens to you when you don't move. In talking about physical resilience, I've been getting really sciencey because your body is science. Biology, anatomy, that is science. So we're going to get a little sciencey real quick, but it's for a reason, okay? The reason why I want to get science involved because how does movement connect to building resilience, right? And it's not just about burning calories, it's about literally changing your anatomy. So listen up. There's a concept called use it or lose it. And medically, this is a fact. If you don't use your muscles, you experience something called sarcopenia, which is muscle loss. Your muscles are the armor that protects the joints. Bigger muscles, less back pain, less knee pain, less shoulder pain, less elbow pain, less finger pain. Plus, every time you move against gravity, your bones get denser. And so therefore, you're literally building a stronger skeleton to be able to withstand impact. For instance, football players, dude, these dudes get smacked. You're talking 200, 300-pound folks running 19 to 20 miles an hour and just smacking each other and get up like it's nothing. You know why? Their bones are dense, their muscles are huge, they're able to withstand impact. Their body is truly resilient. Now, for the average Joe, I don't want you sticking people in a mall just because you want to see if your body is resilient. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying the more you use what you're supposed to use, the better it works out for you. Then we have the organs, right? The organs is like the engine. Your heart, your brain, your lungs, your kidneys, your liver, your intestines, all of your organs benefit from movement, especially if you're doing stuff that makes the heart beat faster. Yeah, your heart is literally a muscle. And if you do not use it, it gets weak. This is a medical fact, okay? But if you, let's say you move briskly, that's an awesome word. Let's say you move briskly all the time and you get that heart pumping, you're training it to be stronger. You're training it to withstand pressure. Whenever you get scared, whenever you get frightened or something happens, you get this shot of adrenaline and your heart pumps like super, super crazy. It's like crazy fast. You ever had that heart beating out of my chest? You ever heard that saying? That happens. Your heart starts to pump, especially when you get an adrenaline rush because you're scared or something happens or you need to fight or flight, you know, your heart just and allows you to get focused. If you got a weak heart, it's going to affect you. It's going to affect you. So walking, running, jumping, moving, trains your heart. Your heart pumps blood to all of the other organs. It's just beneficial all around. Then you have the skin. So your skin is the largest organ. And I know we talked about flushing out toxins when you sleep, like your brain does that with the lymphatic system. Well, your skin does the same thing. When you break a sweat, you increase blood flow towards the surface. This reduces chronic inflammation. Inflammation is connected to stagnation because chronic inflammation makes you achy, it makes you tired, and it makes you slow. And so when you're chronically inflamed, you don't want to move. So all of this stuff is so uniquely connected, and it can be fixed with something as easy as just making it a point to move. Get a walk in, get a run in, get a jump rope, do some calisthenics. I took my kids to the park the other day, and even parks have little exercise machine circuits that you can do. Go to this one, 3 sets of 10, go to this one, 3 sets of 10, go to this one. They say dogs do wonders for your life, but it doesn't help if you're fat and your dog is fat because you never take him for a walk and you just sit down and eat and he just sits down and eat. Dog walking is beautiful for getting your movement in because dogs need to go out like 2-3 times a day for a walk. That should get you out there. Now, again, I'm not saying walk across town or do the Forrest Gump thing. I'm just saying get your butt up. Can I put it? Would it be better if I bleep that out just to make more context? Get your up, okay? And walk. Do something. Move those bodies. Stop complaining about aches and pains. Remember, the older you get, the worse you get, unless you are well greased up, man. You know, I think about my car. When it's time for an oil change, boom, I'm on it. When it's time for the 100,000-mile maintenance package, boom, I'm on it. If I need, fluid, boom, I'm on it. And then my car's getting up to 10 years old. I can't tell the difference between now and then. Why? Because I'm constantly moving it. I'm constantly doing what I need to do and doing what it's designed to do, which is move it, which is drive it, which is lubricate it, which is change the things that need to be changed. And our body can be and do the exact same things. So your muscles, your organs, and your skin all benefit from you just moving. We'll be right back. As you know, my passion is to help people build resilience, and it's a journey I've been on my entire life. That's why I created the Dee Hankins At Best Student Development Program. I started the program because I once was a student facing major curveballs, and I want to show students that they have a chance at a successful future no matter their background. We empower students with a 6-step framework called Win Your Challenges. And we build a network of support between students and parents and caring adults in their lives. If you're a parent, educator, or administrator and want to learn more about how we build bridges and transform school communities, I invite you to visit my website, deehankins.com. That's DeeHankins.com to learn more about how you can bring the At Best program to your school. All right, y'all, welcome back. Look, we got to stop with the excuses. Stop with the excuses. D, I'm too tired. D, I don't have enough time. D, the gym is too expensive. I hear this all the time when I do these workshops, the 3-bucket workshops, right? And it's just like, bro, you have to stop making excuses. I'm not saying it's easy. Actually, I am saying it's easy. What I'm saying is when you put things in the way and put this priority at the bottom of your totem pole, then it becomes difficult. So I'm going to help you out. All right. So because there's a lot of excuses out there, and even y'all watching this, you already turned off because I called you obese and I called you fat and I said that wasn't okay. So you already turned off. You're already mad at me. You're already unfollowing me. You're already upset because I'm speaking the truth, because I don't want you to die at 42. I don't want you to have a heart attack at 60. I want you to spend time with your kids. I want you to live a long, healthy life. And if that pisses you off, then so be it. Okay. So for those that are still with me, for those of you that are just like, you know what, all right, I'll give this a shot. I don't like his tone, but I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Look, I told you, you don't have to be a bodybuilder. You can, though. You don't have to train to run a marathon. You can, though. You don't have to be an athlete. You can, though. Those people who do those things are just taking extra steps in their physical resilience and saying, hey, let me try it. So when we say I'm too tired, it's very paradoxical. There's a meme that I saw on Instagram that said, too tired to go to the gym? Try the gym, which is very true. The reason why you're tired is because you're not moving. If you move, you'll be less tired. A sedentary body is a slow, sluggish, fatigued body. Science shows that light movement creates energy molecules in your cells called ATP. The hardest part is the first 5 minutes, but if you can find yourself walking for 10 minutes, you'll often feel better. You'll feel more energized. All right, 10 minutes. All right, the hard part, that 5 minutes is going to be in your head. This sucks. Why do I need to do this? I'll start tomorrow. All this other stuff. You've been saying that every single New Year's Day. You've been making the same fitness and weight loss resolution for the last 10 years. And you've just gotten bigger and slower and older, because you're not making it a my choice. You're putting it in the natural disasters bucket. You're blaming circumstances. You're blaming other things except for yourself. Just start slow. People who say you have no time. I'm not talking about blocking off a whole hour of your day. We're not at that level yet, okay? Some people are. You may not be, but you could do something as easy as parking farther in the lot. Park in the back of the lot instead of the front space right up there. Park as far as you can, as a matter of fact. That's going to get your extra steps in. The classic one, take the stairs instead of the elevator. Literally, take the stairs. Oh, but I work on the 22nd floor. Well, if you walk up those stairs for a whole week, you're going to be feeling it, okay? No, now, do I want you walking 20 flights of stairs starting? No, but you can take the stairs up to level 3 and then take the elevator all the way up, right? And then every week you add another flight. You could do that. That's something simple. You can walk while you're talking on your phone. Like I said, they have these, or right now they have these little portable treadmills that you can, like their desk, you can literally slide it under your desk. And while you're talking to clients or whatever, you can turn it on and you can walk. These are like tiny choices that you can make that can make a massive, massive change in your physical resilience. Stagnation is the real enemy here, okay? We'll be right back. What's up, everyone? I'm excited to announce the launch of my brand new podcast, The Dee Hankins Show. But it isn't just about me. I want you to be a part of it too. I'm looking for your stories for 2 brand new segments. First up, Curveball Corner. You have a situation or problem that you're dealing with? Send in your story and I'll give you my best advice. Then we have Home Run Highlights for those moments of pure, undeniable success, like paying off your student loans, landing a new job, or buying a house. So, you ready to be on the show? Head to the link in my bio right now and share your story with me. I can't wait to hear from you. Welcome back, y'all. Remember, physical resilience is the engine for everything else. A strong body supports a focused mind. A focused mind supports a disciplined budget. A disciplined budget opens a door to your spiritual service, your spiritual purpose. I believe that. So I'm going to challenge y'all this week with something really, really simple, but non-negotiable. All right, 10 and 2. 2 walks a day, 10 minutes each. That's it. 1 in the morning before the day gets started. 1 in the evening to kind of shake the day off. No heavy equipment, no expensive gym membership. Just get up and walk. Just 20 minutes of making a great my choice. Grease the gears, flush out the toxin, remind your body that you are alive. So get up, get moving, and build that resilience. All right, so now it's time to move on to my favorite segments, Curveball Corner and Home Run Highlights. And I have a highlight. I told you all I was tracking my sleep, and I did great. Well, I did really good. I'm not going to say great, but I did really good. I clocked in 4 days of 7 hours of sleep, 1 day of 5, another one of 5, but we're not going to talk about those. But 4 days of 7 hours of sleep, which has been my most productive sleep week, including travel. I got to travel this week and all that, including travel. So that's a win. I'm taking this serious. And so I'm also going to track these walks. I'm going to see if I can I'm also going to do this with you, that 210, 20 minutes a day walking, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, or at least going to the gym, getting some type of movement in. I'm also going to do that. So that is my home run highlight. And that is it for today's episode. Now, I want to hear from you. If you listen to this and you're watching this on YouTube, or you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple, or wherever you're listening to, and you're like, you know what, dang, I gotta start to get moving, and you want to join that challenge, keep me posted, man. Reach out to the show. Go to my website, www.dhankins.com/podcast. Submit your story. Let me know. Are you getting more sleep? Did you get those 20 minutes in? That's my challenge to y'all, all right? Thank you guys for watching the show. Thank you for listening in. Remember, life throws curveballs, but even curveballs can be hit. A home run. I'll see y'all next week.